was a normal day, or at least it seemed as much on August 13th, 2020. As the horizon broke forth with dawn's early light, something felt amiss in the universe. There were forces beyond our control, forces that had other plans for this once average day was to be one for the history books. In the wee hours of the morning, those who logged into Fortnite were greeted with a seemingly positive change. The currency to buy such illustrious skins as the Flooby and the Batman was decreased in price, as much as 20% nonetheless. However, there was a catch. These deals were only accessible if you paid directly to Epic Games, the proprietor of this V-Buck. See, this bypassed standards set in place by Apple via the App Store and Google via the Google Mart. It had been a long-running feud between Epic and the powers that be. Traditionally, 30% of all transactions for apps on these platforms would go to the big tech companies. Penance for sin? Maybe, but the gods were getting wealthy from those who pledged loyalty. Epic, though, had had enough. At first, the uninformed masses were joyous and celebrations were held. Yes, cheaper fort for many nights, they said. They said a lot of things. But others knew this was just the beginning of the end. These actions were hubris in the eyes of the elder gods, and now war were declared. 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Apple removes Fortnite from the App Store for violating guidelines. Millions are affected, becoming but refugees in a no-win game. No more updates, no more Fortnite. But Epic expected this and retaliated as such.
That's called boy tipping!
Yes, shortly after Fortnite was dusted from Apple devices, Epic Games released a parody of Apple's most famous commercial, the 1984 Super Bowl ad based on the George Orwell novel Animal Farm. Originally, Apple was portrayed as the hero against Big Brother IBM, but now Epic is the hero against the greater forces. At the same time, it was strangely convenient to have a whole marketing campaign planned in advance for this exact situation. Fortnite fans cried out, Apple fans cried out, everybody else didn't give a shit, but it wasn't over yet. Epic Games followed this by suing Apple, not for monetary gains, no, but for antitrust monopolistic practices. In Apple, they've had a long history of this, but yeah, it's Apple. They suck. Google came in swinging soon after, joining the fray, with Fortnite no longer available in store shelves at the local Google Marts. Epic was not fazed, though, responding with another lawsuit, albeit lacking the polish of a CGI trailer. And as of right now, this is where it stands. Yeah, I hope they all fucking lose. Okay, so this is one of the funniest things to come out of the gaming industry in a few weeks, I guess. I mean, it's a pretty funny industry. First, Epic dropped prices 20%. Fine, that's good. But then, the share that Apple and Google takes is 30%. So I guess they'd still come out making more money. And then when they get removed, the fact that they had this entire marketing campaign planned in advance says to me and everybody else that, yeah, they fully expected this to happen. They wanted this to happen. And if you go back a few months ago, there was some indication that Epic wanted more share of the microtransactions, and they already had a problem with this. So yeah, it's a calculated move, and obviously the biggest loser is the player, because they traded the ability for you to play on your phone for more % of the profits. So hashtag free Fortnite, it should be hashtag fuck Epic. Epic sucks. So I guess the big question is, what does Epic want, and why now? This is a very thinly veiled manipulation of their fan base. Cry loud enough to alert the ears of the legal men, the Congress. And timing is everything. Apple's been in the news a lot lately, with various services and corporations going after their iron grasp on the mobile market. If you want to make an app for phones, you probably want it to be on iOS, which means you have to play by Apple's rules. And Apple's rules are pretty stupid. Okay, so while I was editing the audio for this video, some big news broke. Apple struck back, and they struck back hard. They restricted all of Epic's services and developer accounts on Apple products, so no Unreal Engine updates ever again for iOS or Mac. That's kind of a big deal. And Epic's response to this was a restraining order? What does that even mean?
Still plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
Recently, Microsoft's cloud streaming service, amongst other things, were not approved for the App Store. Apple's reasoning was along the lines of, we can't ensure each product on these services is safe or good. And yeah, that's bullshit. First of all, every game's rated by the OSReviews, which is definitely better than Apple's rating system. And if this statement even was true, which it's not, it would imply that Apple looks at every single YouTube video, every Spotify song, every fucking movie ever made before these apps get on their platform. The real answer is this will not give them 30% of microtransactions because you buy it through Xbox Gold and the Google Stadia. Now, as for them versus Google, it's kind of a weird situation. Fortnite's been on Android for years, and it's still on Android. If you go to the website and you do some things, you can still get it. Now, Epic had not even brought this game to Google's official storefront until April of this year. And so while on Apple's devices, Fortnite has made 43 million in 30 days, on Google's storefront, it made 3. So this whole fight is significantly less important both to Epic and to Google. And Epic's biggest issue with the whole googly goo appears to be with Google's policy on manufacturers having app stores of their own. Samsung is allowed to do this because they sell so many devices that if they just made their own operating system and got upset, they could challenge Google itself. And Epic wanted to reportedly partner with OnePlus, but couldn't because Google. So Epic's complaints themselves are valid. Google shouldn't play favorites and Apple should be more open, but the way they go about doing it is so slimy. So why would they do this? Because what they really want is their own storefront, just like they have on PC, but on other devices. They knew for a fact Apple and Google would not concede and just say, we'll take 12-15% instead of 30. It doesn't make sense. Fortnite's not that big. But if they could get their own storefront, it can be very profitable. The standard is 30%, and on Epic's game thing, they take 12%. This 30% can be greedy for massive corporations, but for small storefronts like Good Old Games, they barely make a profit even with 30%. Epic can afford to do 12% because they make a lot of money outside of storefronts through Fortnite and Unreal, and most importantly, Tencent. Yes, Chinese garbage, the worst of the worst. Tencent. This gives them a lot of leverage, and it's why they can supply so many free games, and these lower shares make them seem like a nice guy. In reality, it's just trying to get a foothold in the market, no matter who they step on.